Breaking news, Habs Nation. It's that time of year again. Folks, trade talk is swirling, and the Montreal Canadiens are smack in the middle of the action. After the Mikko Rantanen trade shook things up, it's clear that the NHL trade market is heating up fast. With the deadline fast approaching, all eyes are on Jeff Gordon and Kent Hughes to see how they'll navigate this critical juncture, especially with the Habs firmly in the playoff hunt. Gordon recently hinted that the Canadiens could be active before the deadline, aiming to bring in reinforcements that bolster the team without sacrificing the long-term vision. But what's particularly intriguing is how the team's playoff aspirations could force a shift in strategy for several players with expiring contracts. Let's talk about those names: Jake Evans, David Savard, Joel Armia, and Christian Dvorak. All four are pending unrestricted free agents, and earlier this season, they seemed like prime candidates to be moved if the Habs were floundering in the standings. But with the playoffs in sight, Hughes and Gordon might be rethinking their plans. Trading key pieces mid-playoff race could send a confusing message to the locker room, a move that risks deflating the team's momentum and chemistry. According to insider Pierre LeBrun, Evans, Savard, and Armia might now be off the table, or at least far less available than they once were. While teams may still be sniffing around, the Canadiens are prioritizing their playoff push. For Evans in particular, sources suggest it would now be a real surprise to see him moved. Savard and Armia appear to be in a similar boat, with Eric Engels noting that keeping them through the season could even lead to short-term extensions in the summer. Christian Dvorak, however, is a different story. Engels reports that Dvorak's days in Montreal seem numbered, regardless of the team's position at the deadline. While not a guarantee, the possibility of a trade remains very much alive for the center. His future in a Habs uniform appears far less certain than that of his expiring contract counterparts. So, what do you think, Habs fans? Would you keep this group intact for a playoff push, or would you cash in at the deadline? One thing's for sure, this trade deadline could have a massive impact on Montreal's future, both short and long term. Stay tuned, because things are only going to heat up from here. Let us know in the comments who stays and who goes. Go Habs go!